Hello everybody, my name is Bazane Woodchain. Welcome back to Dead Space 2, my second attempt at trying to do this on hardcore. I'm back where I died. So I ran through, did a whole bunch of killing and getting back here. It was one go. I switched between the plasma cutter and the foam finger just in instances where I really didn't want to die, like the boss fight. I was just like, and done. Didn't need to go through that nonsense again. So I have more ammunition now. I've upgraded health, and I did the same thing that I did with the plasma cutter in the last one. So pretty much the same scenario as before, and we know that there's going to be just a shitload of those little bastards coming out through here. So I'm going to play the retreating role rather than getting stuck in that little bitch of a hallway and getting killed again. So let's get on. So frustrated. I'm recording right now at something like midnight, almost 1 o'clock, and I've been trying to get stuff recorded for like the past few days. My gear's been just broke. Absolutely would not work. I had to uninstall everything, re-enable everything, and get updates. Screw you. And you. And you. Worry. I'm super tryharding. Oh shit. Oh jeez, please don't kill me again. I ran right into this hallway again. No. No. Why are there so many of you?
We can't talk. I think they're tracking our signals. Are the memories coming back to you?
No.
They're coming back to me. The good ones. And the bad ones. The more I remember, the more my head hurts. I keep seeing the symbols. Do you know the symbols too, Isaac? In him. I keep seeing his face.
Right.
Shit, tell me.
So, well, I guess not everybody has a suit on, so the camera wouldn't necessarily follow them, but it just makes... Why would he run out of camera unless... I guess he must have just found a standalone console. Either way. Hi! So yeah, still not doing that great at this. But I'm gonna try. But I'm happy to be recording again, anyway. Tiny children in this game are just frightening. So I had stuff to talk about. I was all excited, and then it got late. I went running. My leg is killing me, and just... Thanks. Sell. Fine finger, all that stuff I still have. Still need those. Pulse rifle, stasis. Should I get another node? Or a weapon? I'm gonna get another node. Just because I want to do more upgrades before I actually... You know, assuming I can find a bench before I get another weapon, because still in this game, plasma cutter is king. Why wasn't there a bench here? Alright. So I don't know how long I'm going to record this session. I might make it to where I save, which is either at the beginning or end of chapter 4. Chair. Hey, you.
Hey, Dana, there's this crazy guy that keeps contacting me. I saw him back at the hospital.
Nolan Strauss. He was a patient in the project, just like you.
Yeah? Well, why was he there? What does he want?
He's a psychopath, Isaac. Stay clear of him. He murdered his own wife and child.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Because, you know,
Attention.
the marker had nothing to do with it.
A station-wide emergency is in effect. In accordance with Titan Station Civic Code, I am declaring martial law. All citizens are ordered to evacuate.
Money.
Looters will be shot on sight. This is not a drill.
Find your peace.
Immediately to the nearest evac route.
Going through unitologist area. That's a great idea. Because they don't propagate this nonsense for days. He needed to die. Text log. Alright, let's go. Alright.
Attention. This is Director Tightman.
Which one did I just get?
Wide emergency is in effect. In accordance with Titan Station Civic Code, I am declaring martial law. All citizens are ordered.
I think it's this one. No. Oh, yes it is. Titan Station. Conquering a Moon, Part 2 of 2. A large colony was established on Titan to study the moon's every seismic detail and prepare it for disassembly. As the operation got underway, the orbital platforms that assisted with the work became prototypes for the planet crackers that would soon follow. Titan was successfully cracked and harvested, only slightly behind schedule. It was a major boost for the then beleaguered population on Earth, who believed their extinction from lack of resources was imminent. Titan's harvest was halted before the entire moon was disassembled, leaving a small shard where the original colony had started from there. The station grew in leaps and bounds as the new era of planet cracking got underway, serving as both a critical research outpost and, with the advent of shockpoint drives, a way station for all planet cracking missions going forward. It is now whimsically known as the Sprawl for having done just that over many years of its operation.
This is Director Tightman.
Neat.
A station-wide emergency is in effect. In accordance with Titan
Alright, well, let's go through this little church. Another text log. Bloody hell. Altman's Footsteps, a publication of the followers of Michael Altman. We, the children of the marker, grow tired of the oppressive, thinly veiled attacks from EarthGov on our rights to worship as we please. Reduced hours of operation for the church, fire marshal restrictions on the size of revival events, permits needed to distribute literature. These are all poorly concealed attempts to quash the truth. I feel like that should have been squashed, but maybe I don't know English that well. Our truth and... no. The truth. Our truth. And they will not succeed. The blasphemous, short-sighted, reckless, destructive, and hopeless path that EarthGov has on us is a dead end. Only one that only Unitology has the answer to. Altman has foreseen it, and we are blessed to execute it. Prepare yourselves and brothers and sisters. Convergence is nigh. Religions, man. They can be scary stuff. I do like this hacking mechanic. I mean, it could be a little more intricate, but just as a generality, it was a neat little addition.
Dana, I thought you
This is
were
a
routing me to
terrible idea.
residential. This looks like a Unitology recruitment center. Am I still on track?
Yes. There's an old maintenance access point in there that'll take you through the waste disposal system and into the Cassini towers. Stay sharp.
Bloody hell, there's a lot of text in here, isn't there? What's this? Recruiting report. I'm not going to read this one. It's interesting, but not that interesting. I should have waited until they all spawned. Goodness. Oh. Hi. 2 men. Bloody children. Convergence is coming. I agree. Not here though. Somewhere else. Hi. Wow, you actually gave something. One of the first random bodies on this playthrough that actually dropped something. I can live with that. Ishimura. I don't know why that's in here. I guess I should heal. Just in case. So yeah, this one might be a little bit shorter than the previous one, simply because I don't... It is very late, and as much as I would love to keep playing, I don't have the time to rush through another 3 chapters to get to another save point.
Okay, whoever sees this, listen up. You can use kinesis to pull blades off dead ones and shoot it back at them. Watch. Watch.
Alright.
Stayed alive 3 hours using this trick. You see? Just shoot it back at them. I'm gonna bleed out soon. I got clipped pretty bad over there. So this helps you out. Whoever you are.
Thanks, mate. Of course, at this point I think, not that that wasn't a useful tactic, we basically have figured that out on our own by now. At least that's my mentality. Thanks, I know, I'm staying up late. Oh, my bench. Alright, so I need to leave 1 in my till anyway. So should I get more HP? Or I could increase the capacity and damage of my... Oh, actually... Can I do both? I can do both! I really like this method of upgrading as well. It makes you kind of pick and choose what you're trying to do. Just... good stuff. Alright, stop working. But you understand, it makes you try to plan your day, your actual game out a little more effectively than just, you know, hey, upgrade everything. There you go. Stats. And I'll probably be doing intermittent stuff. But there's another game I've been playing a little bit in my off time whilst I've been waiting for everything to go on. It's a survival game, Ark Survival Evolved. Very interesting, I really like it. Probably one of the more intricate survival games I've ever played. And I would love to at least give you guys a look, see at what is capable in it. Very difficult, it's definitely not your casual game. Well, I mean, I guess it can be, but you... it's meant to be played with others, and expect to die, because you will. Especially if you don't have, Oh yeah, this is where they introduced the playing. This was such a good addition. I really love this movement type. Hello. Oh, makes me reminiscent for the third one when they were in space and did all that stuff in there. But yeah, like I'll do like a video like kind of walking through the stat setup, because that's really important, especially if you end up playing solo like I do most of the time. They do have Ark official servers, just like several other first-person games, because there's a very big PvP element in it. And I don't know if I'll get into that. I do intend by the end of this particular series to actually give a dab at the multiplayer in Dead Space 2, assuming I'm fairly certain that the multiplayer servers are still up. I don't know. But, because that was one thing I never got a chance to do, because when I was growing there, we had just shitty internet at the time. But then again, I also, I mean, I don't know how many of you remember dial-up, but yeah. It was not ideal for online gaming, at least especially not in this, I already landed. Stop making me wait. It wasn't ideal for online gaming unless you like paid a stupid amount of money, and we just didn't have it. So I learned to play alone, or I did split screen with people, which is also fun. But yeah, there's not so many games like that these days. Of course, let's fly into the fan blades. That's a perfect idea. Just been fucking around until now, eh? It's like a trash compactor, isn't it? Sorry if this is very loud. I'm going to try and tone it down. Not my voice, but that loud-ass bracket. My lights back, please. Maybe? No? Right. I don't deserve this. Really? I hit his head? All the things. I'm pretty sure I was aiming at your legs. Hey, no door. Health pack. Despite the difficulty that this is causing me, it is actually a little refreshing not having everything already set up like I did with my previous playthrough, Dead Space 1. I mean, that was nice. You got to get the story, because that's really what's important. But this adds a different element, I think, and I hope it's much more amusing to watch because I'm getting stressed out, just preparing to die. And I don't just like wreck my way through everything. Oh, one shot to the knee, one shot to the arm, you're done. I mean, unless I'm doing really well. I don't know. It's nice. I hope you all are enjoying it so far. I'm still very, very much enjoying this run through again. Oh joy. Despite my frustration with the last one. I don't trust bodies on the floor. You know what? Not even bothered. That would have been a waste of ammunition. I apologize. Right. Text message from Shally Hannon to Marion? Marion, I'm just going to leave this log here for you to find when you come to get the rest of my stuff. I hope I don't forget anything. This is the really big deal. The rebirth is going to happen very soon, just like they said. This is a very special time, like once in a lifetime. Actually, once in a million lifetimes. They say we've been preparing for this since before we were human. Do you know how special that makes us? We're the ones who get to see it. I'm so excited, my skin is tingling. I've got chills. Okay, I've got to go. The ceremonies begin in half an hour, and I don't want to be late. Bye, sis. Love you so much. Come join us. Okay, bye. Sally. Sorry, unitologist telling her sister, hey, I'm going to the Convergence. You should come. No, thanks. Just stepped on your sis anyway. Oh, automatic toilets. I'm like, why did that just go off? Oh, goodness. This shit again. Sorry again. No. I know that's exactly what they're designed to do. And normally, if I didn't have the hand cannon, I probably would have bought like the pulse rifle or something to offset the ammunition that I would have wasted, at least the useful ammunition, because trying to hit those things with your plasma cutter is just arduous at best. Assuming I'm using that properly, I think I am. What? Embrace the evolution. Take us. We are ready. Alright. The marker will save us. What are you waiting... Oh, willing to give up your life for? Well, not this creepy ass fucking room, that's for sure. I never want one of these in a child's room. That's terrifying. I'm a vampire. No reflection. I do like how they tried to amp up on the psychological effect in this game. I do know, reading forums and listening to other people, it still doesn't hold up by comparison to its predecessor in regards to I mean, this is an amazing game. Like, mechanics, flawless. Storyline, great. I do feel a slight disconnect of immersion.
Dana, Titan soldiers have found me.
Hello.
They're tracking me in some sort of gunship.
You're almost here. Hurry.
Don't shoot me, please. Just because they don't rely on... I feel they don't rely as much on the actual environment you're in. Now, they're very neat things to see, and it's very pretty. Like, not at all like downgrading its graphical quality. I'm picking up bodies because I don't want to find them later on, just so you know. Because hardcore is all about preparing for your next fight if you can. But the first one was so frightening, and you felt so helpless through most of it, and you weren't getting ordered nearly as often as this game. Oh, hello. Chair. Okay, I guess I can't get that body. Because I feel like in this game, they rely much more on the amount of enemies that they throw at you, rather than depend on the environment to frighten you. Because I feel like most of what made the first game so interesting and different is that it was so frightening. You were always alone. You didn't speak. For the most part, every corner was very claustrophobic, and you just had zombies or necros. How dare you? You had necromorphs just possibly in every corner. You heard them running around the vents. Like, they were just a constant threat, whether they were actually visibly there or not. And in this one, I don't know, they always are depending on jump scares, and I don't know, depending on the type of gamer you are, I think jump scares work very well. But I feel as though very many gamers these days are not as affected by that particular tactic anymore. Like, there has to be something about the environment that constantly puts you on edge. I think that's one of the reasons why those... Here I am talking shit about the vents, and then they do that nonsense to me. Right? Why those Outlast games did so well, because you weren't able to fight. It was always hey, if you encounter somebody, they will kill you. You're not a fighter. Which is a very interesting way to take a horror game, and almost assuredly one of the reasons that Resident Evil 7, I keep going back to that, took the route it took. With the whole first-person aspect. I don't even know if this is the area where those things show up. It's just there's too many bodies. Yep. Again, we come back to the being hoarded by several necromorphs again. Don't get me wrong, still terrifying, but, well, I guess maybe... Perhaps maybe in the first playthrough, it's a little more unsettling because you're constantly on edge about being hoarded by all of these things from every direction. And perhaps I'm just getting better the more that I play again, because obviously practice makes perfect. But I don't know. That was kind of a long tirade, wasn't it? Or rant, I think would be a better descriptor. This is pretty. Well, it's about to be chapter 4. We'll listen.
In 2214, a geophysicist named Michael Altman made a discovery that would change history. Buried at the impact site of a crater near the Yucatan Peninsula, he uncovered a divine alien presence, the Marker. The Marker spoke to Altman and revealed a plan that would unify mankind and lead them to a bright new future.
God bless it. That's it. Once I'm done recording, I'm getting that phone application because I want to know what this says. It's time, make this whole. We are ready. The Prophet.
By the millions, people flocked to hear more about the Marker and the unity it promised after Michael Altman told the world of his profound discovery. But there were those who felt threatened by Altman's message. On March 15, 2215, Altman was assassinated, and thus became the first martyr for the church.
Who was the second? More stuff. Yep. That's it. Get in that application. And maybe while I'm...
Altman's followers mourned his death but found divine solace in his message of unity. They would not allow the truth to be silenced and form the Church of Unitology to bring his teachings to the world.
Well, the universe, really. Because it's not just Earth anymore. Yeah. Maybe while I'm editing this, I will go through and...
Today, the Church of Unitology can be found everywhere in the known universe. Its message is just as strong and relevant today as it was when Altman first revealed it. Billions of believers can be found across all social, economic, and cultural groups, and more are joining every day.
It's frightening. While I'm editing, well, for what little there will be to edit of this. But I always watch everything back to make sure that I'm not...
From a small group of devout miners on Titan, the Titan Station Church of Unitology has flourished into a hub of Unitology worship, practice, and learning. It boasts one of the largest and most beautiful churches in the Sol system, and is often the site of the annual Unitology Enigma Symposium.
But yeah, I always watch all of my videos back to make sure that there's nothing graphically or audiographically wrong with it. And sometimes if these seem clipped, it's because I cut out something that
As we await
didn't work.
glorious convergence, it is important to continue to nurture our relationship with the Marker and understand the future it is preparing for us. The Marker calls to all of us. It is our duty to approach it with an open heart and open mind.
It's Timon! He's found you! Into the church, hurry!
This is a bad idea. Such pretty architecture.
Dana, the Church of Unitology? Why here?
It's one of the few places on Titan Station that Timon can't monitor. Separation of church and state.
No, Dana, we shouldn't be in here. This is the last place we want to be right now.
Isaac! My brother died trying to rescue you. This is important. This will work. I'm in a safe room at the top of the church. Meet me there, okay?
See, at this point, since her... Nice. Forgot about that. If she's in a safe room at the top of the church, and... Really? The chair? The chair. Ah. If I was Isaac, I would have asked a couple of questions at this point. Cute chair. Like... You're not a unitologist, are you? Hello. Nothing? At 8. Huh? Oh. Looks like it's partially safe in here. Tour guide staff, please remember to keep all visitors in your sight at all times. The indoctrination centers are strictly off limits to casual public. Remember, the light in the room for those who walk in darkness. In other words, we don't want people to see how we convince people this is the right course. Probably a good call. Right, so I'm going to go to the reading room, get the node that's up here. Why are you grabbing like full-on desks? All I want is that thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. Two entities are 2 times entwined. For the words of our savior, Michael Altman, we know that all life intertwines at the end to become one. One mind, one body, one voice. The marker echoes with its intertwined spires. We echo this with our intertwined arms, fingers touching in oneness at the top. It is our sacred ceremonial gesture, used in greeting and in the opening of all ceremonies, large and small. Interesting stuff. So since this node is here, come on then. Come on. I hate that I just had to use stasis on that guy. Well, he was going to stab me to death. Right there. That chair didn't stagger him at all.
Isaac.
Hi, Strauss.
So you see the symbols too?
No.
It means something.
Strauss. Yes, I see the symbols.
We're a threat to them. I know it. We have to work together.
Work together? Who's them? Well, you mean Titan? Strauss. Work with me, Strauss.
Or at least stop losing your mind. That would be great. Right, do some purchasing, some upgrading, and then we'll see where we sit. What do you guys think? Actually, I won't do any more purchasing right now. I did want to buy one more node because I do want to upgrade some stuff. But please leave a comment and tell me if you want to see any of these other weapons. Probably the only 2 that I'd be interested in at the moment, because the line gun is basically the plasma cutter, only bigger, and its ammunition is far more expensive. But probably either the javelin gun or the pulse rifle, just to get rid of those little bastards so I don't have to use the hand cannon. But I do have the hand cannon, so there's not really a need for it. So for right now, I'm going to leave that there. Here. Do my upgrading. So I upgraded the stasis because I want more shots out of it, and I put another point into my rig to get me closer to the damage and then further on into the health. But yeah, since we're on chapter 4, there's a really good spot to save for hardcore because we only get 3 saves throughout all out, so I'm going to go ahead and save on. Well, I'll save here in a minute, but yeah. There we are. First save. It only took us the better part of an hour and a half to get there between 2 episodes, but thank you all for watching. And please look forward to I look forward to reading your comments and kind of get your recommendations for things that you want to see. Like, you know, do you want to see the pulse rifle, javelin launcher? I mean, javelin launcher is essentially like taking off their limbs anyway, so whether or not you want to see it on an actual weapon, it's up to you. It's a fun weapon. It's not terribly effective, but it's amusing. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and if you did like it, please go ahead and tap that like button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.